Everyone is a warrior on the inside, but you still have to make the choice to fight. Chances are you either love your job or you absolutely hate it. And we've all been in both of those situations. But I bet if you were to think about the roles that you absolutely loved, you probably focused and spent more time doing the things that you actually enjoyed doing and that you were good at doing. You see, a lot of us, when we're miserable in a company or in a job, chances are you're probably only spending about 0 to 20% of your day doing things that you enjoy doing and that you're good at doing. Okay, and the lion's share of it are spent doing things that you don't like to do and you're not energized by and you're not passionate about. Now, all of us have to do things that we don't necessarily enjoy doing, right? If you're spending 20% of your day in the things you're good at, there's 80% of that day you're filing paperwork or you're driving to work and stuck in traffic or just things that you don't actually enjoy. Well, I want you to kind of audit your day here for a second. What percentage would you put on your day on the things that you actually enjoy doing and that you're operating out of your strengths in? And take an audit of that. If you're 30% of your day, I bet actually you probably get a lot of fulfillment out of your job. If you're 50% of your day spent doing things that you're good at doing that you enjoy, oh man, you're probably two things. One, I bet you're incredibly successful in that job. And number two, I bet you can't wait to wake up the next morning and go to work. You know, I was in a role right before I took the dive and became a professional monster truck driver. Before this, I was in corporate recruiting, believe it or not. Okay, I was placing chief financial officers and CEOs into private equity-backed organizations, and I loved it. Because about 30 to 40% of my day, I was on the phone with executives. I was understanding how they thought about their careers, the steps they took to be so successful. I was understanding what their companies were doing in those industries. And it was like this big old chess match. And I was having a blast getting to understand what they do and how they do it. And it was stretching me. Well, guess what? Part of that role, the other 60% or 50% of my day, I was doing paperwork, I was inputting information into our CRM system, I was on the phone with secretaries and assistants and trying to schedule things. None of that stuff was fun. I wasn't getting any energy from that. I wasn't passionate about any of that stuff. But thankfully, I was in a role where I was spending about 40% of my day doing the things I was actually good at doing. And so you have to realize the more that you can focus in on the things that you're good at and that you can spend more time doing that, the deeper you go, the greater the impact. Okay, and this is what I mean. Think about your job right now and your abilities like an axe. Okay, if I had 100 logs outside and I said, hey, go out there and split those logs, and thankfully I'd give you this sharp axe, and you could use your abilities to go out there and split 100 logs. It wouldn't be that big a deal. Well, that's what I mean. If you can use the sharp end of your abilities and your skill sets, the deeper the impact. Unfortunately, I think most people use the axe like this, right? That blunt side. Now, you can go out and split logs eventually, all right, with that end. But you are going to be exhausted by the end of it, and you're probably going to break the axe in half, okay, versus being able to go and actually use the sharp edge. Well, our careers and our abilities and our jobs and our lives are the exact same way, right? And if you call this the life wedge, the wider you go, right, the more you're stretched thin, you're concentrating on all these other things, and you're spending 100% of your day on the things that you're not actually good at doing, you really can't make an impact. It's only when you sharpen the edge and you focus and concentrate on the things that you are actually good at doing and that you're passionate about that you can actually go deep. And so I want you to do three things for me. Number one, I want you to audit your day. What percentage of your day and of your job or your home life do you spend doing things that you enjoy and that you're good at? Number two, take that number and increase it. If it's 20%, go to 30%. If it's 30% of your day, go to 40% of your day. Increase that and focus on those areas. And you have to make a conscious effort to do this a lot of times. But number three, you need to get somebody in your corner that can help you. Maybe this is a boss or a supervisor or a manager. Maybe this is a coworker that you trust, that they are very successful in what they're doing. But you need somebody to call out those things and help you understand the things that you're good at sometimes and your strengths. But then also you need to communicate to that to them so that they can help continue to increase your time spent in those areas as well. Okay? If you do those three things, I can just about guarantee that your satisfaction your job is going to skyrocket and you're going to be way more successful.